If you are hunting trouble, lad, you found it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. I'm going to be briefly discussing and then showing off the full rest of the gameplay of the newest Enlisted event update called All Out on the Western Front, which is about, World War One, and you get World War One weapons as rewards. I don't think you get the tanks, although I'm not really too bummed about that because they'd probably only be in like PR1 anyway. And they were also very, very finicky to play with, which is one of my complaints about it, but that is just, I guess, kind of expected with how awkward both of the World War One tanks were. Or, excuse me, all three of the World War One tanks were. For some reason, they don't allow you to play the uh, Allied Renault light tanks at all, even though America did buy a good amount of them, I'm pretty sure, to use in the war, although not many actually got used. But you get what I mean. I'm surprised you don't get access to that at all. I think it would have been a pretty neat thing to have as a reward, sort of for BR1, just to sort of mess around with. A little funny little light tank, two crew. Uh, yeah, sorry if I say a lot specifically, because my mind's just kind of half blank right now. I'm just saying this off script. It's hard for me to really write a script about this specifically, even if that doesn't make any sense. But still, yeah, okay. So, about the event itself, it's very middling. I think they got the aesthetic down great. All the sound design. The fog of war is kind of annoying if you have bad vision like I do, and you can have kind of poor, very poor aim in these conditions. It might have been on purpose, but it really just does feel like kind of annoying. It's really hard to get a sight on people in certain parts of the map. Also, yeah, the artillery strikes are really annoying. They get really annoying because you can spawn like right as it goes off and you're just dead. And you're just dead instantly. Especially annoying when you like used all X amount of points to get your class, right? Since you need to pay for classes that aren't the regular riflemen using star points, which I don't think they should have done. I think they just should have put them on like a timer or something. Have a longer timer for the more powerful stuff, and maybe put the tank on star points so the most like accomplished, able-bodied players, if that's the word for it, are able to achieve and use the tank, right? But it just becomes very annoying because just it's kind of hard to get kills as a regular trooper unless you're just camping somewhere like a noob. And camping is probably why they didn't have a sniper as a selectable class, because the sniper would have gone nasty on this map. Like, he would have been incredibly powerful if you just found some little corner to sit in and snipe people. But yeah, the gameplay is just kind of mid. I'm not the biggest fan of Tug of War. I think it should have been like, maybe Tug of War could have been one of the map options, but it should have just been like regular attack defense. I don't know the name of the game mode specifically, but I think that would have fitted a little bit better. I also think it is a little bit underbaked because there totally could have been like biplanes or maybe even a Zeppelin in this also. And it would have made the experience a little bit better. My other real complaint is that the actual main trooper that you're expected to grind all the star points with to be able to get any of the other classes, he's kind of terrible. He's got very slow medkit speed. They didn't upgrade the medkit speed perk at all. The rifles you're using for both the British and Germany are uh, not the greatest, and neither of them have bayonets for some whatever reason. Like the engineer, the class which is not going to be doing close range fighting at all, pretty much gets a better rifle that has a bayonet and more ammo. Like I can't even remember if I was saying it a little bit earlier. I might have been. But you spend so many rounds, especially with how bad the fog of war is. You spend so many rounds just trying to even hit people, and as the regular trooper, that burns extremely quickly, and you're just forced to like scavenge around for ammo. It's incredibly it's incredibly annoying, and I think they should have at least gave them like a little bit more ammo. Like at least give me 50 rounds in reserve. I'm fighting like literally dozens and dozens of people. You're having to aim down like groups of 30 plus people, whatever they call a charge or whatever. And you literally just do not have the ammo for that. You just don't. There's no ammo boxes. There's permanent artillery stations where you can call in artillery, but there's no ammo boxes. There's no medical boxes. There's nothing that can help you even be defensive and play it how the developers intend you to. The engineer, for whatever reason, for whatever insane reason, the engineer was not allowed to build ammo boxes. He's only allowed to build machine gun nest, barbed wire, and sandbags. And I think they really should change that because this event has 2 weeks on it. You know, they can obviously go and change it like they did the Halloween event. And I'd like to retract a lot of my statements about the Halloween event I made during that initial video months ago. On top of it being in like an uninspired COD Zombies clone, I think it just got like really tedious, and the gameplay was also generally low quality even after they fixed some of the bugs. And the exploding guys, I don't remember the name of them, but the Nova Crawler ripoffs were still very annoying. Also, the rewards for the event are bad. I think the rewards for this one are much better because these weapons are just a lot more unique. And all BR2 and 3. I didn't actually, I didn't go back and check, but I'm pretty sure they're all BR2 and 3. So they're going to be generally useful, and they're pretty good weapons. They're generally pretty unique weapons for your soldiers, yeah. Although, like I said, I think they should have given you some type of World War I vehicle as a reward at some point, because, you know, a decent amount of them were still in service with, like, reserve forces and militias, stuff like that. But yeah, that pretty much sums up my thoughts about the actual event itself. I think it was very mid. I think it's like a 3 out of 5, not a 2 out of 5. Pretty much just a 3 out of 5. It's probably going to get tedious grinding for it because it takes a very long time to do the objectives. Uh, Excuse me. It takes a very long time to do the objectives related to eliminating enemies unless you get a tank, which is just kind of hard to do depending on your circumstance and how the match is going. Uh, I don't remember if I mentioned this earlier, but yeah, the tanks are kind of awful. They're not really like very fun to control. I understand why they gave you 90 shells with the German one because it's that's literally all it has. You think they'd let you like I don't know switch to the machine guns that are all around it? Like that's like the biggest feature besides the main turret is the fact that you have like 4 machine guns, or at least let them be controlled by bots. It's like so dumb. It was so dumb, so ridiculous. The British tank and the Clermont are obviously a lot better. It just feels like the German tank was just underbaked completely. One issue I do have with the British tank though, which shows up in my gameplay, which I'm probably not going to use. I'm probably going to use the German gameplay as the video for this because I did a lot better in that one. You know, I also just personally prefer the Germans. Uh, but yeah, a big like issue with the tank in the gameplay for that is that the tank is just the cannons on it are very annoying to aim. You have to manually switch back and forth. You're going to be switching cameras more than like you're going to be switching cameras more often than playing like Five Nights at Freddy's, okay? For those other Zoomers out there who played that when they're like 12, right? It's very micro intensive, and the cannons themselves are also really inaccurate or have like not accurate sights, if that makes any sense. It feels like your shot's going over a lot higher than where you aim. And it also doesn't help that the shots have nothing to land against, right? Uh, Besides for like the ruins in the back of the maps, it's very hard to actually hit the shells on anything to actually affect enemies with, like genuinely. HE shells, unless you have a bunch of enemies clustered up right next to like a tree or like a destroyed tank, they're not gonna hit anything. HE shells, which are normally one of the most easy to use things in like the entire game, right, are just not gonna be that useful here, and it's really such a shame. It is such a shame. It feels like an oversight, if anything. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on this event. It's like a 2.5 or 3 out of 5. Very middling. I think they could definitely improve it. I have no idea if the devs watch this video, but if they do, hi, how you doing? I like your game, but I think it can be fixed a little bit better. So yeah, that'll be it for my commentary, and the rest of the video is just going to be the actual gameplay. So yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, and I am out.
Angriff! Stirb! Kopfschuss! Haha!
The enemy is trying to take the control point.
Mann! Bleib bei...
Don't let them advance!
Auf geht's! Ja! Stirb! Angriff! Ja!
Our defenses have failed. We lost this battle.